It is Fever 104 FM. Thanks for locking on. Welcome to Kismat Connection with Dr. Sheila M. Bajaj. She's a life coach, an author, a tarot card reader. She in fact has a complete team of tarot card readers. You can log on to her website to know more. It's sheila.com. You can always reach out to her on Instagram. She's just a DM away.
Kismat Connection. Kismat.
Sheila M. Bajaj. Look out for her. She's in the studio with me and we are more than happy to take in questions from you as well. 9739 104 104 in case you have a specific question that you wish to get answers for, because today's episode we are talking about numerology. Sheila just set a little bit of context about how we are ruled by numbers, right? From our date of birth, all these numbers have some sort of significance in our life. Sheila, give me a few characteristics of these numbers and what it actually means.
Okay, so basically let's get down to how do you know what your number is. So there are two numbers that you're ruled by. One is just your date of birth, just the date. So if you're 19th born, then you're a number 1. And then there's your life path number, which is date, month and year of birth. So you add all of that and you have your life path number. So the numbers that I'm going to talk about now could be either of them. All right. And both these numbers influence you.
Okay.
So let's start with number 1. If you're a number 1, you're ruled by the sun. Number 1 people are extremely, extremely powerful. They have a strong will. Their willpower gets them wherever they are. And they are always going to be visible, famous, known. They have this, very sharp mind. And they are meant for business or leadership positions. So number 1s will always shine in whatever they do, just like the sun. And that's number 1. It's one of the lucky planets that in numerology that to be ruled under. Okay. So if you're a number 1, 3, 5 and 6, you're sorted. Mm-hmm. You're great. Then you just need to look at whether your name is causing the havoc or not. Now we go to number 2. You're ruled by the moon. Number 2 people are extremely sensitive, moody, creative. And they swing like the moon. They go up and down. They wax and wane. So they have to be handled very, very carefully. And
I'm the 2nd of July born.
Is it?
Yeah. So
creative,
as you're saying
moody.
all of this, that's me.
That's you.
Guilty. Yeah.
So number 2 people are also very, sensitive when it comes to how you communicate something to them. You have to be really careful about not hurting their feelings. Right. And they are very creative. They're also very good parents. Mm-hmm. And they're very good. They make very good counselors, judges. You have any problem, turn to a number 2 and you've got your solution. Mm-hmm. So anyone who wants to take up tarot as a profession or be a life coach, if you're a number 2, go for it. You've already got it in you. Number 3 people are ruled by Jupiter. Mm-hmm. And they are very, very nice, very sweet human beings, very lucky. They have a very sharp mind. But they tend to overdo it a little bit when it comes to helping people. But overall, a very lucky planet to be ruled under. And number 4. Number 4 is ruled by Rahu. And I'm a number 4. And I always talk about, I was my first, testimonial or my first numerology case that I fixed. Mm-hmm. And I tell people, if I fixed it for me, I can fix it for anyone. So number 4 people are very gullible. They're people pleasers. They always end up getting the short end of a stick.
Okay.
In any profession, they always struggle. They're huffing and puffing, giving it more than their 100%. And they get back some chiller in return. So number 4 people definitely always need to turn to numerology for a name correction, because the number 4 is really, really giving you some chiller experiences in life, which you want to change if you want to change it. Number 4 people also shouldn't ever get into the stock market, shouldn't get into anything that requires you to take risks. So if you're trying to fight a case with someone, just withdraw your case and sit quietly, because you're probably not going to win. Things don't really work in their favor as much. Mm-hmm. So they have to put in a lot more effort, and they have to, have other faculties to kind of compensate. So a name correction is something we suggest as a must do for all number 4s. Then number 5, you're ruled by Mercury. Number 5 people are just very, very individualistic. If you have a number 5 person, you better be just geared up for, a lot of that dominance and individualistic nature. They don't like micromanagement. They don't like to be micromanaged, but they like to micromanage other people.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So
they make
as-
great CEOs, they make great bosses. They're very sharp when it comes to their mind. Their intellectual development is phenomenal because Mercury is on their side, and Mercury causes intellectual growth and development. So they're very, very sharp and they know how to get their work done. They are meant for that top position.
As you're saying all of this, are you able to relate? Are you able to compare your dates with what Sheila is saying? We're going to come back and talk about the remaining dates till number 9. We are, of course, deep diving into numerology and what each of the number has its own unique characteristic. This is Kismat Connection with Dr. Sheila M. Bajaj. In case you do have a question for us, feel free to reach out. You can leave us a WhatsApp on 9739 104 104. We'll be back with more.